So, Ando, Nigeria is in the news this morning. Of course, there's been a lot of stories around these companies, energy trader doing business in the downstream and the upstream segments of the market listed both in Nigeria and South Africa's stock exchanges. Let's get this straight to everyone out there. Let's take a quick look at, we'll take a look at Wando, but very quickly look at the stocks in this particular space last week as far as the listed big seven on the market, as we call them, the Seven Sisters. That's what I call them here. Let's look at Owando's performance on Friday. Owando finished off a massive 3.33%. That's the share price surging on the final trading day before Monday, when the shareholders are already assembled now in Uyodi Akwa Ibom Capital for their annual meetings. About 1 million shares, but that was a massive 3.33% gain. Rally for this particular stock, Owando Nigeria, 651 when the market finished off. Double One, formerly Mobile, was also up by almost the same margin, 3.33%, less than 600,000 units. The rest were in gray. Let's look at the flip side. Okay, yeah, that's great. Seplat, 457.90, and Total, 232.98. But Owando's earnings is very, very key, and that's what we'll be talking about for the next couple of minutes here with Gbolahan Aina, who is the head of investment at Cordros Capital. Good morning.
Morning, Boston.
It's good to have you here. Hope you had a nice weekend.
Yeah, short, but was good.
A lot of football activities over the weekend, so I'm not going to ask you. The Premier League season is here. I decided not to watch any. I hate heartbreaks when it comes to football. I saw some guys got picked 5-0.
Yeah, I saw it too.
You saw it too? You saw it. I didn't see that. I like the score lines when the match is over. I just like to see who beats who, and then I can digest that. But watching the real action puts me on the edge of the chair. My doctors advised me otherwise. But quickly, let's get back to Owando. This is what the earnings highlights look like. Of course, it's a whole lot if you're looking at the earnings. But of course, this is what the independent auditors report by Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young, what you call the EY, had about a 9-page statement in Owando's 2016 annual report. And it's a part of that says that the material uncertainty exists that may cast significant doubt on the company and the group's ability to continue as a going concern. That's what EY says in that independent auditor's report. That's for the year ended 31st December 2016. That's part of what has been considered today. You can see some of the concerns of the independent auditors there at the second column as far as the comprehensive loss of the company is concerned. Current assets versus current liabilities for 2015, 2016. You can see that of a snapshot, and we just took that from there. But again, if you look at the share price of this stock, and we're going to get to that in a few seconds, you can see the stock chart. Didn't we show that on Friday? Yes, we did. We're going to bring it back. But let's come to you. This is one company that was a blue chip on our market and took everyone by storm. Give us a sense of where we are as far as Owando, what you think investors are thinking about this company.
Well, thank you, Boston. Well, Owando has gone through a lot. Like you said, this was a stock that was trading over 100 Naira. Currently, just about 6 Naira on the stock exchange. So for Owando, it's a company that is highly leveraged. And of course, that's impacted on the kind of earnings we've seen.
Highly leveraged. What does that mean in layman's language?
So in terms of borrowing, they have a lot of foreign-denominated loans.
So the company is heavily indebted?
Yeah, they are leveraged. But one good thing I can say as a plus, so if you know, the SEC, they're doing an investigation on Owando, and of course, some shareholders met the SEC, the petition that Owando shouldn't hold their AGM. And the SEC had to constitute a special tax team to look at Owando's 2016 financials. One, to see whether there are any contradictions based on what the petitioners had come up with. But last week, they came out with a nod that Owando could go out with their AGM. So I think for Owando, that is significant. Like you said, there are some shareholders that are not happy. But today is going to be crucial. So there's going to be some certain decisions that are going to be made today. So regards what Ernst & Young came out with, I think similar thing came out for their report in 2015. Owando came out and said that really this is not, this is in line with industry practice. So what they've done is like prudential accounting. They have to make provisions for some of those assets. And they also mentioned the fact that because of crude oil prices are falling from a peak to a trough of over $20 then, that also impacted on their earnings. But for 2016 report that we saw them come out of the woods. So they came out from a loss position and recorded about 4 billion profits.
But where is we all know that the crude oil market was really crude last year and the year before. Well, that impacts everyone. And if you look at Seplat also,
yeah.
which is a major E&P on our market,
yeah.
had a significant haircut, very low. It has to reschedule some of its own debt as well to the end of 2018, try to get a bit of a breather on about $150 million or so for Seplat. Yeah. That's so. What you're saying here is that this is not significantly different from Owando's position. But the key question is this, because Owando also has some of his fingers in the upstream oil exploration.
Mainstream, downstream.
Yes, mainstream, downstream. But what makes Owando's case particularly different?
So for Owando, they have like a complex capital structure, a complex shareholding structure. And I think that's one of the things that made those shareholders, the agri shareholders, go to the SEC. So for them, they are thought that they had majority shareholding in the company. Of course, I'm not privy to any of the arrangements or any MOU, but in line with what is in the financial statements, SEC has given them like a clearance. So that is on the one hand. And like I said, Owando is highly leveraged. So for them, because of the way the Forex market was, that also impacted on their results. Then if you recall, the ConocoPhillips assets that they purchased, that was about 3 years ago. So in terms of the cash flow they expect to get from those assets, because of the way the oil dynamics change, so it was as if those assets were overvalued. So in terms of the expected cash flow, they're not getting as much as they had anticipated. And of course, the crude oil price that had dipped significantly also affected cash flow, assets, and also revenue for Owando.
So, in your opinion, do you think Owando's problem was basically a misadventure?
Well, I cannot really pinpoint their problem because one, it's not a stock we currently fully track at the moment. So, but of course, I know that the oil sector is currently plagued, so they are not alone. But I think the beauty is that the oil sector is coming out of the woods. So I think we're going to look at how things pan out in the future. So for instance, oil contributed majorly to the coming out of the recession that we saw. So if you are not seeing that impact on those results, I think it also cause for concerns or cause for worries.